All right, everyone, John Little here, part 3 of the Alba Puzzle Assembly Project for the Community Puzzle Project. CommunityPuzzleProject.com has more information. Right here is what you're looking for if you want to get involved. Let's jump right into it. We're trying to keep these at 20 minutes or less, little segments. Okay, right here we have procured all pieces. The last piece that was missing has magically appeared. The individual that was doing it did come through, and I'm not sure which way. We'll have to go look at the original. See, there's a dark on the bottom. Scroll on down, and dark's at the top. All right, so let's go back to here. And we know that we want to go dark to the top. All right. All right, so let's see where we are. Row 1, if you remember correctly, we started sorting these by color. Row 1 is pretty much done as far as, first croppings and getting us close. Let's take a look at row 2. Okay, row 2 is not ready to, we got to cut that baby up. All right, so let's keep row 1 on as well, because these guys, that is 6, and that's a 6. So this is going to go line up with that. Okay, let's take a look at the original on number 6. Oh, I see, okay. So that's a little cut in the wood, is what that is. And six. Wait a minute, why not? Oh, I got to pick my colors. Okay, so that is going to line up with that. Okay, we can do this. All right, first thing we got to do is crop them, right? Get them close. This one's pretty pre-cropped. We got some lighting issues with it, but we're going to see what we can work with it. Let's go ahead and start with this one. Let's bring it into the editor. Again, this is a smaller image. If we go back and we can bring out the details on it, and it was shot at a 960, 761. So that is a small image for us to work with, but we're going to do what we can with it. Let's see what we got. All right, so we know we need a 3 by a 2.3 crop. So we're going to do a crop right here. I'm going to put those numbers in up here because our little quickie thing does not actually work correctly. So we're going to do a 3, and this will be a 2.3. All right. Let's blow this up a little bit. I think once I'm in crop, I can't change the size of it. No. All right, we'll get close. Put them in that corner. We'll just get it snugged up here best we can. I'm thinking that's probably pretty good for right now for first croppings. Go ahead and apply that, and then we'll go back to the browse. So that, okay. You see, this edge here is this edge here. I think that's pretty doable, okay? All right, this guy, let's see what we have for him. Let's take a look. What I'm doing is, if I expand this, I can see how it was shot and what resolution it is. This is a big image. This is a 5,000 by 3,000. That's a good full-size image. I can work with that. I've got room to crop it. Oops, I did export, I'm sorry. Wrong button. All right, so let's go ahead and edit this one. Oh, that looks nice. Now, done on a white background. We're going to come back to this topic here. This is very helpful for color balance. I can use this. Now, we notice this one edge. Let's go ahead and do a crop. Let me show you what I see as we're going to have to go in and straighten this. We have a 3 by 2.3. And let's just get it closer and just see what we got. See how we're slightly askew right here. We're going to have to straighten that one up. All right, remember how we did that? We go back to Browse, right click and say edit in Photoshop. Or is that what they said? Send to Photoshop. Send to Photoshop. Make a copy of it. And off we go. I'm going to have to do that in the next one too. So you can see the importance of keeping them, trying to get as straight as possible. It's hard. I'm the first to admit it, because I shoot these all the time, and it's very hard to keep it straight. I should have opened this up earlier so it'd be ready to go. I apologize for that. I was just so excited wanting to get back into it here. All right, so if you remember correctly, we had to go into mode. No, where do we do it? I'm going to go from memory here, because this is something I normally don't filter. It was filter. Was it filter? Camera raw. There we go. That lets you get into the raw images to play with them. And we want to find, I think before we came over here, we wanted to make the layer smart. We didn't do that, did we? No. What if we do it over here? Nope. Okay, so let's go ahead and cancel this, because I don't want to hurt this image. I mean, I have it backed up somewhere, but let's do it the right way. Take this image, make it a smart object. Like I said, all that does is prevents any permanent changes to the actual file. So any changes we make come out on, I guess it's kind of like a proxy file. All right, so we go up here to our straighten guy and this guy. Looks like he did a lot of straightening right there. Let's just make sure. That looks pretty good. That looks like he pretty much nailed it, didn't it? See, that's the, as if you can read that. I think that's the automatic, all right? That looks, let's see the bottom one here. That looks pretty, well, let's give him a shot here. Looks pretty good, like what it was doing, but why not? Since we're here, let's just square it up one more time. Along the edge. There we go. And we will say, okie dokie. That looks better. Now remember, we have to do a say export. Is that what we did? Export. You guys were with me on this, right? Export PNG. Should have probably gone back and watched my video. Looks like I have to play with the colors a little bit with this as far as the richness of it. Save as. I'm not sure what he's gone to. How about use a save? All right, the save worked. It's struggling to do that. Okay. Export as a, I'm sure that's what we did. And why is that not exporting? Let's just pop back here. We've got to turn this off so we can see our duplicate come in. It's right here. This is the copy, but that's a Photoshop file. It's going to be big. That's why I wanted a PNG file to work with. One B. We were doing this one, right? No, that's, what one were we doing? Yeah. This is it. All right. Go back to Photoshop. It will eventually come in there. Just do it the old-fashioned way, have it come up and change the parameters there. Export. Export. Welcome to my world. That should have okay, let's go back to it has not shown up yet. So it's not exporting it. The dialog box went away, so did it export? No, it's behind the screen now. Not doing it. All right, well, we got it saved. So let's just go ahead and we're going to quit Photoshop and we're going to try it again. All I have to do is open it up there. So we just open up Photoshop. And these are just some of the trials and tribulations. And he's going to say, you want to open the last thing? Sure. Open the last thing. Okay. Export. There we go, that's better. And then it will work. Sometimes you just have to do that. You quit it and come back into it. All programs do that. All right, so that can just sit there for now. And now it should show up here. That should be it. And we want that to be yellow. And turn that one off. And we can turn this one off. Now we go back to the yellows. Oop, I had the yellows. And this is the guy we're working on. Then we can go back into edit. Crop it. You have to pick something so then you can override it. This one is close. This is 3:2, just add a 2.3. All right, that's what we're working with. Looking better. Okay. That's a lot better, isn't it? We'll go with that for right now. And back to browse. It's going to be another one's going to need adjustment. Oh, that's interesting. Now, let's think, is that the right way? So we got the beveling at the top. Yep, that's that, just like that. Nicely done. All right. Let's go to number 3. Now this one also is going to need adjusting big time. Let's see how big of an image. Are we working with a big enough image to play with? Yeah, pretty much. There's a 3:3. They shot it square. That's interesting. And it looks like they shot it on a Samsung. All right. We can work with this, people. We can do anything. Make a copy, and off we go. And what's the first thing we do when we come over here? We make it into a smart object. And the next thing we do, up under filter, camera raw. And the next thing we do, that guy. What is this one? Am I supposed to be able to read that? Well, that's one we did. So it tries to square up something, but boy, this one, look how, this is a tough one. Let's see what he does. And think about like that. is going to do screwy things until we get them all squared. I remember when I used to work in well, I did photography with film. I was a master in the dark room, and you had to do this stuff by tipping your easel to square up a building and stuff. See how close we were to not having, see this checkerboard? That's how much I had to pull the image in to square this up for us. And over on this side, we got lucky. We got lucky. So let's take it. And from that to that. That is pretty impressive. First thing we do is save it. Get the Photoshop file saved. And then I'm going to try the quick export again. Perfect. And there it goes. All right, so now we can close the previous one. I can sit there and think on that. We can go to the, and we've got to turn this off so we can find the new pieces. There we are. So we know we don't want this one, and we know we want this one, and we don't want that one. And turn it back on. Why do we have an extra? Oh, this is still on. Don't need that one. Here's the one we just did. Okay, let's go crop that. Crop. And if we do the 2x3 other way around, 0.3. There we go. Let's snug it up. It should be the same top and bottom, and we're just going to be losing it. There we go. See, the width is right, and the top and bottom is what we had extra. So we'll apply that. Look at that. See, we didn't care it being tipped. It gave us enough room to play with it. We escaped that one. All right, looks good. Next, this one looks pretty good. Let's take this one right over to the little small image. Naughty, naughty. How small are we? I don't remember how I got this film strip in the bottom. There we go. This is an 9.7. This is the smallest image you guys can give me. Well, no. We had a 640 that was smaller, so. All right. Let's zoom in. Okay. That looks pretty square, though. I think we're going to be all right with this one. So, 3x2.3. A little bit more. All right. Let me see what we work with. Apply. And back to browse. And we got to get the whole group here. There we go. This one, we can't really tell what we're working with there, so let's bring it over. Okay, there it is. I couldn't tell with that white on top. Now see, this is interesting. We're going to come back to this. Because I can use that white to color balance this, but except that's probably too white, meaning it's way overexposed. But we're going to have to shift some of these colors to get them a little closer to each other, matching. I'm going to see what we can do. Get it close. And bring this one in. I think we're going to be able to just trim a little off on that edge. I think we're going to be okay. We might rotate this just a touch. So you can do a little rotation. You see, that squared it up enough for me. That worked. That was like a half a degree. Now this one they pre-cropped for us, so it's real tight. Now this is supposed to line up with this guy, right? What is that guy? Now I'm confused on that one. That is, okay, so this comes in, I got you. So it's just a hinge. Oh, that's a hinge of this door. See, that's a door over on this side. All right, got it. Let's go back. Green and yellow. Okay, so that's lining up with that. We got an extra piece down here again. Who's extra? This guy. Done with him. There we go. So it lines up with that one. This edge must be that edge. Interesting. All right, this is the one we're on, right? Right here. We did that one. Okay, we're on this one. Well, they cropped it. We'll just have to see what we lose in it, 2.3. And we're going to go with that. Very little. It's real close to what we needed. I got no wiggle room though. That makes it tougher. Okay, this one. Out of curiosity, what size image are we working with? Big one. And the guy next to it? Big one. Okay. I like them big. Gives me some operating space. This one's fairly square. Looks a little, well, let's see what we got. I might be able just to tip it enough to give us what we want. That might be a little small there, buddy. There we go. All right, so we're tipped. We gotta stretch that one up. We're gonna need that point. Otherwise, I'd have to take it all from the bottom. Like, well, wait a minute. We gotta bring it in. We could be okay. We might be okay. Let's just try that. We can try that. Okay, now that seems a little yellow to me, but you know, we don't know for sure. Let's go back. That's gonna go with that guy above him. And then the last one we have. Okay. That one side looks a little off, but let's, I don't know. Doing it the way we're doing it, really need our sides to be the squarest. It was perpendicular up and down. What do we got? Not too, okay, we can rotate that a little bit. See, I can flip it around every how I want it. So sometimes we can get it a little bit. So I'm looking on the left, that's pretty squared up. Bring it over here on the right. Hey, we got away with it. See, and we still had enough in the top and the bottom. So we got away with that one. Cool. All right, that, gang, is another row. Another row in the bag. All right, let's go ahead and stop this video. It's probably been 20 minutes or more because we had a little troubles. But so this is the community puzzle project. Again, this is part 3. And we'll work on the next one after this. See you later.